Good evening, everyone. Silicon Valley Bank collapses. Now, I'm sure by now everybody has heard about it. I kind of want to throw my 2 cents in to all of our viewers here, what I think about it. Yesterday, I put out a news alert on another train derailment. And then in those comments, I'm getting comments of SVB, Silicon Valley Bank, that has completely collapsed. And if those of you who don't know anything about it, or as far as like a lot of small businesses were invested there, places like Etsy, Roku, right? Nobody watches Roku, right? Well, maybe not anymore. Not much information is really dealt with a lot of this other than it's a total collapse, and now people are fearing that other banks will collapse in the process. And the one thing I kind of wanted to talk about here for a second is I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think people need to really panic, but you definitely want to pay attention to your money. What bank accounts you have. Keep a close tally on it. Somebody left a comment saying, they're going to bury their money or get their money and get a safe and all this other stuff. I don't think we're there yet. There's a lot of events unfolding around the world right now that I think we do need to pay a little bit of attention to. And we need to make sure that we're taking care of our assets, our financials, and everything else. Stocking up on things. It's, part of the reason why I always talk about stocking up on items is for events like this. We don't know what the future brings, but I can tell you one thing: the future's going to bring higher prices in just about everything. Gas, groceries. I mean, we're seeing it every day. As most of you know, I do a daily vlog channel on visiting grocery stores to try and find you, the viewers, the best prices. We compare prices around the country. And, it's crazy to think of some of these things happening. The one thing that I got out of the many different things that I read about Silicon Valley Bank is that there wasn't much to be known that it was going to fall. It just fell like that. Billions of dollars. I know that there's people saying that the Fed needs to get involved. They may have gotten involved by the time I'm doing this video. I really don't know. Things happen so fast. Just wanted to come on here, talk about it for a little bit. Make sure you post down in the comments what you think about this. What are you doing to prepare to help solve the situation? It's like, I don't really know where to go with these kind of things anymore. I was literally going to talk about a train derailment that we saw in West Virginia the other day while I was giving another video. Now, this train derailment was a rock slide that hit a train, and apparently they got it all cleaned up. But, I mean, these things are happening every day. And as to where they have been happening every day or every few days for a while, I think we're just now starting to realize these things. More people are reporting on them because people are searching for them, and that's a good thing. It's a good thing that these things are coming to light because we wouldn't know about it otherwise. The mainstream media doesn't talk about this stuff a lot. With some of the factory fires and stuff like that, some of the food plants, that was initially what had happened to the Similac plant. People wonder why there's no baby formula. There's been a constant events that have happened that has caused baby formula to not show up in the stores, which, we've been getting a lot of comments that it's been coming back in, and that's good. So, I don't know, maybe they got the plant up and running again. There's so much news, those guys. It's like there are different events that happen every day, and this is part of my motivation to always go and try and find the best deals for you guys, because this is absolutely ridiculous. Things are unfolding now that we really do have to pay attention to, especially when a very large bank just collapses in thin air. Now, I don't want people to panic, but, at the same time, it's like, I'm watching my bank account, and it's like, I even told Jess, I was like, maybe we should get a safe somewhere and more protection, I don't know. It's kind of freaky, and, the one that I'm not going to lie to you guys, hearing stuff like this, it does, it's like, we're heading. And I feel like we're already there, but we are in a recession. This is Great Depression 2.0. Nobody wants to admit that. And as to where it's not as maybe rough as it seems as it was in the 1930s. But guys, I mean, look at these prices. We're getting hundreds of comments from people. We're getting emails from people that can't even put food on the table for their families because these prices have gotten ridiculous. This is why I stressed a lot of those extra SNAP benefits that were going away for a lot of. There's a lot of people out here with families that have babies and even working 2, maybe 3 jobs, still not able to provide because these prices have gotten ridiculous. So after I had gotten done with the video for yesterday, again, like I was saying, I was reading a lot of the comments about the bank, Silicon Valley Bank, and I just could not believe what I was reading. It's like I was reading a book out of the 1930s Great Depression, and it's like, are we heading that direction? Like, and if we are, I would like a little more transparency. Now, I know why they're not being transparent, and you do too, because they don't want you to make a run on your bank. And honestly, like I said, I don't think we're there, but we need to pay attention. We need to make sure, because like I've seen in some other videos and stuff, technology is a lot better. It's not like it was in the 1930s where you would have to write a deposit, or a withdrawal, it would be a process. A few days you would get your money. No. That's not how it is today. Today, you just go up to a machine and press a button and boom, you got your money. Well, if that happens very fast, things could get ugly pretty quick. You want to make sure that you protect your finances, and however you choose to do that is your own opinion and everything else, but I would definitely, with this situation and how it happened, I would definitely keep an eye on your bank accounts and just make sure that, keep up with your bank. Make sure there's no funny stuff going on. Make sure that people aren't getting paid double for a month for some weird reason. Like the people who were getting paid time and a half for looked like about a month before this all happened. I mean, these little things, right? This is something. Okay, this was a sign, right? We wouldn't think anything of it. Because you could call it anything. You could say, well, you guys have been hard workers. I'm going to pay you time and a half for the next month. I don't know. There's a lot of screwy stuff going on with that, which I'm sure will unfold here soon. Again, don't know all the facts about this. All I know is what I know, and what I will pass on to you is that you want to make sure that you protect your money. I'm not saying go empty your bank account. I'm not saying go bury your money in the ground with a map letting you know where it's going to be. I don't think we're there, okay? But at the same time, we need to keep a close eye on this stuff because this is important. This can affect a lot of different people. And again, just relaying the message. I am just the messenger, because these are my 2 cents on what I think about the whole situation. And I'm just letting you know what we will do if we notice any funny business. And honestly, I don't even really know. I don't really even know. Like bury our money, maybe spread out. Maybe spread your money out into different accounts or different, ways of putting money away. Make sure your money is insured no matter what you do, which most banks have that anyway nowadays. So it's something that I'm sure, hopefully everything works out, everybody who has invested in Silicon Valley. But I mean, at the same time, it's, you're probably, who in their right mind would go back to that? Say everything works out and they fix everything. Who would go back? Like as soon as everything's fixed, okay, give me my money, I'm gone. Such a terrible event, but if anything, let this open your eyes to the way things can be. Okay, not the way things, the way things are, but the way things could be in the future for different things. Tomorrow, I go to Costco, which me and Jessica, we went today, but that video will be out tomorrow. And we go over a lot of long shelf life items that you can buy at Costco. Kind of some things that we like to stock up on, which most of you who've been on the channel for the last couple of years know what we like to stock up on. But this is another instance of we need to be prepared. We need to make sure that if something goes down and, it's not saying, if something happens to the banks or anything, you want to make sure you have some extra food. My optimism on the situations over the last couple of years, I think, have kind of, I not that I'm always optimistic, and we'll get through this. We will. I have no doubt. But the road ahead may be rough, and it may be long. So we need to prepare for that. And it's like I know we have a lot of people on the channel that like I was saying in our last video, love cooking at home, any little bit of way we can say, I don't know, I'm kind of like storming right now. I didn't really know how I was going to even talk about this, but with the couple hundred comments that we got on the Silicon Valley Bank, I can't say that, Silicon Valley Bank, I felt I had to do a video on this because, it's scary. It really is. It's like, if this can happen here, it can happen anywhere. And I know most people already know that, and I'm probably, but just like I said, I wanted to talk about it a little bit for myself. Just hang out, chat for it for a minute, let you guys know what I thought. And nothing has shaken in my thought process of the future. It's like, you guys know, we are stocked up. We get comments all the time, like, but everybody knows that we have an apartment here. We don't have a house. But it's funny, like a lot of the things that you guys talk about, like for other people in the channel, is what we actually do. Like, we'll have canned goods in this closet here. We don't have room for everything. We don't have a huge pantry. But we have areas that we have stuff stocked up. Water has been a big one with the East Palestine derailment and all that stuff and us not drinking the water. We've been buying up the spring water. I bought some more today just for the heck of it. We were at Costco and I bought up a 40-pack. Just went ahead and bought one. Costco is loaded down with water. Just a little preview for tomorrow's video. But Costco is a great place, and Sam's Club. If you have a little bit of extra money, because in the long run, you're saving money when you buy at these bulk stores. And I know, like, if you don't have a membership, find a friend or a family member that does and go with them. Jessica's mom and dad went with us today. That was awesome. That was their first time ever to Costco. They had a great time. They loved it. They've been members of Sam's Club for years, but they really loved what Costco had to offer. It was a fun time, but I'll tell you guys, it's we have a lot of people on the channel, on our channel here. A lot of our followers are always talking about being prepared, being stocked up. Well, that is the message that I am relaying to you, that you want to make sure, because, if something happens, or if this happens to more banks, we're going to see more runs on the grocery stores. And again, don't panic buy, okay? This is not something that I feel is necessary to run out to the stores and buy every last roll of toilet paper. But when you go to the store, think of that in mind. When we see these deals at Kroger, like the buy 5 or more, save $1 each deal, an endless deal that you can buy a lot of stuff for cheaper prices. Some stuff cheaper than what it was last year. I know some people are leaving some comments on that. And, because we've been doing this for 2 years, we are seeing some things that go on sale for cheaper than what the regular price was last year. Not most of the time, though. We'll find a couple things, but, and that's rare. And again, I will say this, don't believe what everybody's saying with these price decreases. I know we get more viewers every day, and I might sound a little bit like a broken record, but I want to make sure everybody knows that, yes, price increases, the prices are going to continue to increase. We will see some small decreases on prices, and we'll see good-looking sales while other prices are going up. It's how it's been the last couple years. But I'm not going to lie, that's a pretty freaky situation. That's a scary situation with Silicon Valley Bank. Thank you to everyone who let me know that last night in last night's video. And again, yeah, it's something we need to watch. We need to watch the banks. We need to watch this kind of thing all the time, every day, because any little thing, any little instance that something happens, you definitely want to make sure that your money's protected. I'm sure most of it is, but I mean, we have these companies, which they say small companies and stuff, that it's hurting small companies. Oh yeah, yeah, I'm sure it is, but Roku really isn't that small of a company. Maybe Etsy, and these were the two that I could see that affect a lot of people, because a lot of people watch Roku. A lot of people, a lot of creators, different creators of different things, and want to try and sell products online, go through Etsy. I'm sure most of you know what Etsy is, but that has affected Etsy as well. And who knows how it's going to affect them in the future. We don't know yet. And as much as I tried to find out information, I couldn't really find any other than a few of the companies that this is affected. This just happened last night, though, so I'm sure more and more will be revealed, and we will be able to figure out more of this. I will keep you guys updated on the situation, and anything that we hear about any other banks, we will definitely talk about that as well, because this is something, like I said, you don't want to panic, you don't want to freak out, but you definitely want to pay attention. Guys, thank you so much for watching tonight. Have a great evening.